So you might already have an idea of what a half satisfaction is. It's basically anything that eases or soothes that ball of anxiety in your stomach. Anything that dulls down what I like to call the itch, or what you might call hunger, that need for more, that need for growth. And it does this, it satisfies that urge without changing anything in the real world, without anything growing or developing. That's what makes it a half satisfaction. And I want you to keep that definition in your head throughout this video. You might quickly identify TV or any type of screen time really as a half satisfaction, unless of course you work online. But for most of us, it is purely a way of just keeping our minds busy as the day passes. But you know that one. And you've promised to cut down your screen time at least a couple of dozen times at this stage. So I'm going to leave you struggle with that one on your own for today. I want you to broaden your scope and understanding of a half satisfaction. If we can agree that we all have an innate drive to grow and move forward, what's satisfying that drive in you? And is it a half satisfaction? Fitness, friends, partners, family, work, food, reading, education, all genuine satisfactions, right? Well, are they allowing you to move? Are they allowing you to grow and change? Are they even encouraging you to grow and change? Or are they just keeping you occupied as the day goes by? For example, it's good to stress your mind and body out with fitness. But is it challenging you? Or is it tiring you out, or maybe even affecting your sleep? If it's not challenging you, maybe you need to increase the workload or compete in the sport or whatever you're doing. If it's tiring you out, maybe you need to decrease the workload or reschedule it so you're doing it kind of late in the evening, like before bed or something like that. Or maybe it's affecting your sleep pattern because you're doing it too late and you might need to move it to like earlier in the day. Because if fitness isn't your passion, if it's not the project itself, if it's not your why, well then fitness should serve the function to clear your mind and keep you sharp for when your mind is on your project, your why, whatever it is. And if it's not serving that function, if it's just kind of ticking off a box, you might need to kind of move something around. You might need to change the sport. You might need to change the schedule. But something might want to change there. It doesn't have to, but you might want to visit that topic. It's the same concept for education. While education might be more inherently difficult or challenging, are you growing and changing in the course you're doing, whatever that is? Or are you, like many, doing it just for the piece of paper? And if so, does that satisfy? There are times in your life where you'll have to kind of just grit your teeth and struggle through it and just kind of produce the knowledge that you already know. So technically your knowledge bank isn't growing. But even in those cases, your ability to work, the workload you're able for should be growing, or your ability to present the work, or to produce the work, or edit it, or whatever. There should still be growth even in those areas. It can be easy to do this type of analysis with things or activities. Like, does it tire you out, or does it lack challenge, or lack the steps towards progression that you want? Or is it just a commitment that's restricting your movement in other areas? And if so, can I reschedule? Can I increase or decrease the workload? Can I move stuff around to kind of fix those problems? And even if not, just by being conscious of the fact that these are half satisfactions, you might be able to kind of protect your hunger, protect your drive, just by kind of having the right mindset, that you kind of compartmentalize that this is work. And once I'm finished work, I still want my own project. I'm still going for, I have extra gas in the tank for my project at home or whatever it is. But you might be able to compartmentalize a bit easier, and that might help you out. It is much more difficult to do this with family and friends, however. I don't want you to cut out people because they're not serving their purpose or fulfilling whatever needs you have at the moment. That's kind of psychopath territory. But I do understand that it can be really frustrating when the people around you aren't challenging you the way you want to be challenged, or they're not helping you take the steps forward that you're trying to take. And while there is fault, and it has to be laid at someone's feet, it is not their fault for not molding themselves around your needs. The fault of that frustration is actually your own. For not being the social butterfly you maybe thought you were, or for not getting into the work circles or education circles that you could have, or perhaps should have. The fault is in all those little decisions where you were just too tired or just couldn't be bothered to go out with the guys after work or go with the girls after practice or whatever, and you just decided to go back to your routine, go back home, go back to your partner, or go back to playing games, or go back to whatever the set routine is, of being comfortable there and not branching out. And that's what I hope, just by being conscious of half satisfactions, I hope that's what it gives you, is that even when you're satisfied, even if they're genuine satisfactions, where you do have a good friend circle, that you still keep yourself open to new opportunities, new activities, new people. Because you will be satisfied until you're not satisfied. And that will bite you in the ass when your friend circle shrinks and shrinks, or work circle or education, whatever circle it is, it will shrink. People move, people go off doing stuff, you'll fall out of contact. Sad fact of life. And then one day you're just going to say, it's like, geez, it's really small. It's just 3 of us, or it's just 2 of us, or whatever. And it's going to bite you, and it's going to be upsetting or irritating or frustrating or whatever. And then you're going to be looking around for opportunities, and they're going to come in at the same pace, which is usually just in kind of drips and drabs. And if you haven't been open to them, you might kind of find it hard to pick them up afterwards. So that's what I'm hoping for in this video. Whether it is social or whether it's your own kind of schedule, your own things, your own activities, that you're aware of what half satisfactions are, or what satisfactions are, or just what comfort is. And that you can kind of mitigate the effects of comfort and still stay open, be available, be open to new ideas, new opportunities, new activities, and new people. That's what I really hope for. So guys, that's it for today. Quick note, the videos moving forward will be just the first Tuesday of every month, because at the moment I'm in the middle of my master's. I'm coming up to the end of it. I really need to finish off my dissertation or thesis, whatever you want to call it. I need to finish that off. So I'm going to move these to once a month, first Tuesday of every month, until I finish. And once I finish, I'll probably put it back to like weekly basis, or whatever I can kind of do comfortably, or, you know, whatever, within reason. So that means I'll see you next month. So bye guys.